Happy Thursday, ladies.
Happy
Thursday.
Thursday.
How's everybody doing today?
Wonderful.
Great.
That's awesome. Well, we are so thankful to be back another Thursday, and we have a really great topic tonight that I think affects everyone. Hair and hair journeys is what we're going to be talking about tonight. We called our topic "I Am Not My Hair," and as I'm sitting here talking to some of our guests, I find out I am my hair. I have personality very well, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, I am Cara Dunstan. I'm so thankful to be here with these ladies tonight. This is my favorite part of the week, to get together with my dear, good girlfriends. And I want to help to introduce some of the rest of them. So I'm going to turn it over to Cecilia.
Hi, I'm Cecilia Horton-Jones, better known as Cece. Welcome to Good Girlfriends.
Juanita, you're on mute.
Okay. Hi, it's Juanita, the AKA Q. Happy Friday Eve.
Yes. Bernita.
Hi, everybody. It's Benita. As you can see, I have no hair, so hey. I'm happy to be bold
It's
and
beautiful.
bald.
Yes.
Thank you.
You wearing it.
Thank
you. Marcy.
Hey, it's Marcia Penn. Grateful to be back again on Thankful Thursday with all my good girlfriends.
Hey everyone, Tanya, TT. Like everyone else, it's great to be here this Thursday with the good girlfriends. And I'm so happy to have with us someone I've always admired from afar. We have a mutual friend, and she's one of the people I guess I Facebook stalk all the time to see what's happening. She is a boss. She is a hair stylist extraordinaire. And I'd like to introduce everyone to Chrissy Johnson, who has been doing hair for about 28 years, and she is known as the Restoration Diva. And I'll let her tell a little bit more about herself and what Restoration Diva is all about.
Okay. So hi, everyone. I am Christina Johnson, but everybody calls me Chrissy. My brand is called Restoration Diva. So I restore hair. So most of the time clients come to me with trouble issues, whether it be hair falling out, like hair restoration, looking for someone who does healthy hair nowadays, because that's kind of scarce in stylists. And I also have my own product line. I have 20 products in my line. So I have a little something for all your hair care needs, whether it be dandruff, you need something for thin hair, growth, frizzy hair. I do natural hair. I do chemically treated hair. I do color work. I do a little bit of everything. So I just restore you.
Very nice. Jeanette.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeanette. I want to welcome our new good girlfriends to our virtual living room, and for our followers, thank you for coming back and joining us. Tonight's topic is one that is near and dear to my heart, as I like to experiment with my hair. So I'm all about this topic. I'm excited to hear from you all. We normally say that we are not experts, but we do have two fabulous experts, the Restoration Diva and Lorna Hanley, who is the founder and CEO of Flourish, which is an all-natural hair care line. So I cannot wait to hear from both of you. And I'm going to let Lorna just tell us a little bit about herself, how, take it away, Lorna.
Sure. Good evening, ladies. I feel like I've known y'all for a while now. Thank you. Good girlfriends. It's just a blessing just to be around good girlfriends. It seems like you guys have known each other for a while. I thank you for welcoming me in your circle. So I'm Lorna Hanley, and for the last 12 years, I've actually been a principal in Baltimore City Public Schools. And my father passed away in January. What we now know was Corona. We didn't know it then. But when he passed away, cleaning up his house and everything, we discovered that he wanted to be an architect. He had all these certificates. And I talk to this dude every day, and he never mentioned that he wanted to be an architect. Someone came up to me at the funeral and was like, I was in architect school with your father. And I was like, my father was never in, but you just, you smile, you grin. But I came across about 20 certificates, and they stopped around 1974, 75. I was born in 75. So he stopped school. And I said, this dude wanted to be an architect. And it was at that point I said, I will not die not fulfilling my life's passion. And my passion has always been hair. So I've always loved women and children and education, but there's this other part of me since high school that was always pulling me, and that was hair. My mother, who was born and raised in Jamaica, used to always mix up hair products and potions and stuff. And my hair was long as a child. And, we do the perm thing and we get into that. And then I would say about 8 years ago, Bernita, I cut all my hair off. I went bald. And I think every woman should do it at least one time. It was the most liberating thing in the world. It was so liberating.
Yes.
When you just wake up and you get it, and I was like, no, I want it all off.
Yes.
And it just felt good. And I just started going back into some of the routines that my mom used to do in my hair in terms of aloe vera and castor oil and neem oil. She did all kinds of things with my hair. She was really adamant about my hair care. And I started making some stuff for my friends, and they loved it. And it was like, my hair is growing, my hair is healthier. Pandemic happened. And I said, you know what? Let me pursue this. Let me see what happens. I want folks' hair to flourish. And it just took off. It took off. I have a hair mask. I have a beard line. I have a line for women and men that have locks in their hair. And it just took off. Folks are seeing results, and I absolutely love it. So I'm still in education, but this is my first year not being a principal. I still work for Baltimore City. I just support schools, 14 schools in Northeast Baltimore. But this pandemic has definitely made room for me to just pursue this other part of me, this health and beauty piece. And I just want all my clients and customers to flourish inside and out. And when we were talking earlier, when you walk into the hair care aisle, it's like, my God, because everybody has figured out that if you want to make money, Black women in their hair is where you need to go, because we spend money on our hair. Pandemic, no pandemic, we're going to take care of our hair. And so, yeah, it's the truth. But I was just, it's important for me just to know what's going into my hair. I want to know exactly what's going in my hair and on my scalp and so forth. And so Flourish was born, and so far so good.
Wow.
I love that story. Not about your products, but how you ended up doing this is just a phenomenal story that right there alone is just so amazing.
Because I think all of us have something pulling at us and we ignore it. And we do our 9 to 5 and we think that's what we're supposed to do. And we gotta stop ignoring that thing in us that's like, no, remember me? Remember you used to talk about me when you were 12? Remember you used to talk about me when you were 14, 16? I'm still here. And we gotta really pay homage to that voice.
Amen. Well, we are truly blessed to have two boss women who are out here just doing their thing. And I'm so inspired by listening to both of you. Lorna, I'm one who has ventured in every kind of hairstyle and color you can think of, even shaving it off bald. I mean, there's not a color my hair has not been, from platinum blonde to jet black and everything in between. It's short, it's long, it's not there, it's there.
Right.
And I kind of just want to, I was listening to you and listening to Christina and Cara was saying, the topic, the theme for tonight was I am not my hair. But then the more you talk, you do start to say, but am I really my hair? And so what really is our connection to our hair?
Right.
I just took my hair. I've been wearing my hair braided because I'm in this kind of in between, don't know what I want to do yet, ready to bust out with something different, but haven't decided what that is. So I've been wearing braids, but when I take the braids out, I give my natural hair a break for a couple weeks, deep condition it, and just let it breathe from all that tension. And as I was trying to just reflect about, okay, it's spring, get ready to come upon us. I just did a major life change, moved to a whole new city where I don't know anybody. And
Where are you?
I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. I moved
Oh, nice.
from Maryland.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm in this stage, this space of new beginnings, change, and now I'm ready to figure out what I want to do with my hair. But I noticed, thinking about I'm not my hair, I feel like some days I am my hair, because sometimes I know my hair changes with my mood or where I am in my life, but I know that there are days when my hair is not exactly doing what I would like for it to do. And I noticed that my mood kind of reflects that I don't like my hair today. And so it kind of, pulls on my psyche. So, are we really our hair? I mean, what connection is our hair to our whole being as African-American women?
Oh yeah. Well,
I think it also reflects. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I also feel like it's a connection to hair in the fact that, when I said it, I was like, it reflects my personality. I mean, if anyone saw the Facebook post that I shared this week, and I was sharing hair journeys, I literally have had basically 2 hairstyles my entire life. So, and I think part of it is my personality, whereas I haven't really changed it much. So trying to be, basically that says I'm consistent, but it also says I'm risk adverse, which I tend to be. And so I don't take a lot of risks. I'm like, well, this works. I'll just do this. So that's part of my personality. So when we were talking about it just before we came live here, I was like, yeah, and my hairstyle basically is mostly my personality, which, I'm tied to it. So it is what it is.
And that's so interesting, because when I think about that, my hair journey definitely depicts my personality. I'm outgoing, fun. I am a risk taker. I'm adventurous. I believe that I can't say I don't like anything unless I try it. So I feel like my hair journey does
reflect your personality.
What my personality
Yep.
is. So I guess I just never connected that. It just was something that I always did. I woke up one morning and said, oh, I'm going to the barber and he's going to shave it off. And then I'm going to dye it platinum blonde. So
yeah,
interesting.
I just think about how, most of my life, generally, I've been pretty conservative. And that's what my hair has been all my life, pretty conservative, And so, and even Jeanette and I, who've been friends forever, and Jeanette changes her hair every week. And it's just the difference in our personalities. Like I see it and I love it. And when I see it, I'm always like, oh, I love it. But I would never think of doing anything like that. So it's just a difference in personality. So I just find that whole connection very interesting.
But I also think too that hair is it's a big deal for women. I mean, it's a big deal in society. It's you make statements with your hairstyle. Mm-hmm. People are intentional. A lot, not everyone, but mm-hmm. many folks are intentional about how they wear their hair and what they do, because they're making a statement, in many instances. And I think it's great. I think that now, especially, you can wear your hair. Well, not even now. You can wear your hair any way you want anyway, right? Like to me, I color outside the line. So I think it's important for people to express themselves however they want, whether you want your hair, even if you want your hair to wear your hair standing straight up on your head.
Right.
That's how you do, that's how you rocking it, embrace it and rock it. So I love that, there is no one way of doing it. Whatever you bring to the table. And as Black women, especially, we are all so beautiful, so diverse. There are so many ways. We wear wigs, we wear weaves, we wear braids. I like to wear braids down to my knees practically. I love it. I'm mad I can't get to my hair braider now. But I mean, we shave our hair off. It's good to be free and embrace yourself, whatever way you feel like doing that.
And that's that word free, to me means nothing. So as you can see, like you said, but I love all my sisters that can wear the weaves and the wigs and the braids, but that's not me. I think I'll be in a wig for about 10 minutes and be like, this got to go because it's itching, it's hot, it's on my neck, it's on my face. It got to go. It got to go. So my journey, same way. I was a risk taker. I've been everywhere. I had locks all the way down to my butt. I had locks. I wore locks for years and years. I've worn it short. I've had a perm. I've worn braids. And like I said, remember braids, I think that lasted about 3 days. I was like, this gotta go. It gotta come. It gotta come out. I wore a wig. Not me. Just not me. But I love being natural because I also love being natural within my body itself. I'm not a big chemical person. That's just me. I don't use a lot of chemicals in my house. I don't use chemicals in my deodorant. I don't use chemicals. And I know that that's just something, for me, because I like to try to put everything natural in my body. So when it came to hairspray and perms and all that, it didn't work for me because it literally within myself, I could feel the chemicals doing something to me that just wasn't connecting to my spirit. That was just me. So the perm had to go. That was the first thing. I committed. I'm not doing a perm anymore. I have been perm free probably since I was in my 20s. So, and that's been about 30 years. So I went from stop getting perms to wearing it natural, and I just wore it short. And then that was another thing. I wore afro. My mother, I was a Girl Scout, so we went camping a lot. So my mother was like, I'm not doing a whole bunch of hair. You getting ticks in your hair. I got to clean that. I got to wash it. So nope, you ain't wearing I'm not doing your hair. She said I didn't do mine, so I'm not doing yours. So I've always had short hair. I've always worn it short, natural, with, from my mother. And, my mother was back in the day, she was a, what do you call them? Flower mom, power to the people. She always wore afro. So we always knew something about just natural hair, period. So that was where my roots came from. So I probably wore a perm for about 10 years. And then after that, I was like, nope, it's just not, it just wasn't for me. And then I just recently cut my hair bald because, like you said, I think every woman should do it at least once. It is so freeing. It is so low maintenance. You talking about letting the water run on your head. This is too much now. This is too much. It gotta go. So even when it grows out to this length, I was like, oh, time to go. It's time to shave it off. It's time to wear bald. And I always wanted to do it, but I had to grow into the self-esteem of loving me. Loving me first. And then, like you said, it doesn't matter. You're not your hair. So I had to learn that. No, just because that's my personality, it's still not me. My hair is not me. So why not shave it off? Let's see what that looks like. And I also did it to stand with women that have alopecia and women that had cancer that had to cut their hair off. So that was, God said, it's time, stand with somebody else and support them. And that was why I cut it. I cut it, my locks I cut because I was pregnant with a daughter. And Cara, you talking about nappy hair, you want to talk about nappy hair and a lot of hair. I was like, and then at the time, my husband had locks. My son had a lot of hair. Then I had a daughter, and I was like, I am not doing all of that hair. Somebody's hair got to go. And I said, it's mine. Cut mine, because I'm not going to cut my daughter's because, you know, she's a kid. You know, I got to let her grow her hair out natural and everything. Then my husband cut his after I cut mine, and then we cut my son's. And so I was like, nope, I'm not doing all the hair. So I have been free and happy. And again, me personally, I won't turn back. And like I said, this too much now. I'm ready to get it cut, cut again. So,
Well, I'm holding on to my strands for a little while longer, even though I have hereditary balding. So my hair journey is quite different because, I don't know, I always was hooked on hair. So I always loved, my grandmother had the long hair and I always would comb it and brush it. Always would do my hair in the mirror. My hair always was long when I was a kid. But once I got like in high school, I cut it. I just cut the front because I was scared to cut it all. And then after high school, I cut it all off. But then in my family, we have hereditary balding in the crown of our heads. So with my hair cut short, and it was always really thin, you could see my hair balding. And I hated that. And I got a perm, I think, when I was junior in high school. So by the time I was 20, my son was 1990, I stopped getting perms because of that. So the hair was so thin, you could see the like hereditary balding. And I let it grow back long to cover up the fact that I had this I can't get the word out now. Hereditary balding. 80% of the women on my father's side of the family, it might even be more than that, has it. So not only do the men have it, but the women have it. And so I was very self-conscious of it and always kept my hair like long or covered or styles that cover it up. I am still self-conscious of it. And I was the girl who always say, I wouldn't wear a wig. I hated braids. I wouldn't do all that. And then on top of me having the hereditary balding, I had weight loss surgery. And so with the weight loss surgery, my hair fell out too.
Right.
And so then I really felt like I had no hair. So like if I pull this back, like I have no hair here, you can see.
Come on, do it. Come on, Cece. Come on, Cece.
I'm holding on, but I will not cut it off.
Come on,
And then if
Cece.
I turn
Come on.
around, you can see how like I have hereditary balding, but I'll hold on to my strands. I won't cut it all the way off. I think my head is too big. But I went to the dermatologist last year to find out that she diagnosed me as having alopecia because I didn't have any hair on my arms or my legs. I didn't realize that. So I've been natural for a long time. I wear it like this. I wet it and go most of the time in the summer. I have worn wigs because when I'm dressed up, I just feel like it's not dressy enough. So if I'm going anywhere formal, in the winter, it's cold. You can't wet it and go. So in the wintertime, I normally throw a wig on, but I hate it. I love going to the hairdressers. And I said, as long as they're hairdressers, they have my money. I'll go to hairdressers, I'll get it, I will get it straightened, pulled out in the wintertime and wear curls in the winter. But from like April to October, I wear it like this. I just wet it and go. And I don't know. I'm just like, I'm afraid to go bald. I guess one day I'm gonna have to because I'm halfway there. And I know wearing a headband probably don't help with trying to get the hair to grow back, but I feel like my head is so big. I have to put a headband on. I feel so subconscious. I don't know.
Well, Cece, I will say you have a beautiful head, sister.
Yes, wear it.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Wear it.
I've had short hair for a very long time. So what we all know and can say for sure is that we all have a journey with our hair for sure, whether it's based on the era that we're in or whether it's based on our personalities. I'm a much more conservative person. I didn't start coloring my hair until later. The first time the woman I go to, I think is a great colorist, and she said, come on, let's do the whole thing. Let's go platinum. And I'm going, absolutely not. She's still trying to go platinum. I'm still not there, so the first time, well, let's just do a couple little strands. So I've gone a lot further and I have gone all blonde. And I've done the bald thing. I did the bald thing really because I went through cancer, and the wigs, I can absolutely relate to that, Bernita, in terms of after a while, the wigs.
I hate them.
I became baseball caps and galas and head wraps. And that was, just worked so well. And then when my hair grew back, grew back short and curly. So I think, we all have a, hair journey, and we've also had some nightmares. I'm sure we've got some stories we could look all the heads. We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think maybe, Lauren and Chrissy, you can talk, because when I'm sure you've gotten a sister that stepped into a chair and is just beside their self because of something either they did or something, I remember sitting in a chair once in a salon, and as the blow dry was happening, it was hair that was, blowing in the air, and I'm going, that's my hair. It was a result of, again, chemicals that were not done properly, too soon at the same time. So, we all have some stories, but interesting to hear from Lauren and Chrissy, because when you can restore a sister's hair, that, her crown is important.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure you've had some sisters come in some teary moments, and yet you've done some jobs on them, and you have given them like another,
Life.
you set another life.
Yeah.
You have set them free on a whole, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
the two of you could probably speak to that, and even to Bernita's point about for those who want to be without chemicals, and the importance of natural products when you choose to make that to move. So perhaps you could speak to some of that as well.
Amen.
Yes. Well, I would say that's mostly what my brand is really all about. It's deep, but I have to turn into a counselor, because they'll come to me, either the hair's falling out, they might have went to somebody else and aided it coming out. The stories are endless, and this is my everyday life. This isn't like once in a blue moon. This is literally every day that I have to, every customer that comes in here has a hair story or a issue. So I have to, first of all, before we can even strategize what to do with their hair, I have to kind of like talk them off the ledge, because they're literally in tears. Yeah. They're crying. The emotions are all over the place. The whole "I am not my hair," that's a little tough, because I think we really do care more than we kind of like psych ourselves to say, "Oh, I'm not pressed about my hair." Yes, we do. Yes. A lot of the women, especially, so for example, like right now, if you're vitamin D deficient, if you're on high blood pressure medicine, a lot of the medications are really taking women's hair out. And now it's to the point, like, I'm struggling with being a trichologist, because it's a lot of work, and I'm always, but I'm really leaning towards doing it. If you are deficient in a lot of things, people don't realize is being deficient in a lot of things is really aiding your hair coming out. So it's what you put in is what you get out. I see people, they don't even know the last time they had a glass of water. They don't drink water, so they're not replenishing. They're not on vitamins. They're not eating healthy. There's a lot of things, that aid to dandruff. So there's a lot of hair issues. Women with the wigs, getting the traction alopecia. It's just a big range. I find a lot of Black women, we're deficient in vitamin D. They don't realize that also helps with the hair issues as well. So now when people come in, according to where the hair issue is, where it's coming out at, or where it's falling out, or where it's thin, I can kind of tell what's going on with you just from that. So it's serious out here nowadays. One of the other issues, well, with the wigs. So now the younger generation, they're heavy wig wearers, and so I'm really nervous about them. Yes. Because all of this, there's so many women that are coming to me. They have no hair here, from the friction of the wig, the lace fronts, the glue is pulling it out. Yes. The list goes on and on. And I don't feel like they care as much about the hair underneath as we do. Being a mature woman, I don't want to call us aged, because they're old, not us. But I don't feel like they care as much. And from doing hair so long, so I come from an era where there was an era of healthy relaxers. So nowadays people think that the relaxer is pulling your hair out, and it's not the case. It's really the maintenance side of it. And are you greasing it? Are you oiling it? Are you what is your hair maintenance? What are you doing for maintenance at home? So it's kind of hand in hand. I also get people who they don't know when the last time they shampooed their hair. So this whole natural thing. So here, let me say this. I don't care if you are relaxed or natural. I don't have a preference. I'll do either one. But I will say that a lot of women that I come across who are natural, they can't even tell me the last time they shampooed their hair. So that's making them lazy. Then you have some that are obsessed with, like, you know, the whole product junkies, where they're trying everything. And I'm like, okay, can you kind of stick to something? Because if you break out or if it fall out, how can we narrow it down? We don't know. You've used 20 products at one time. So there's of some stuff going on. But you know, there was an era where we had women with healthy hair who had a relaxer. So I want people to stop bashing like, oh, the relaxer pulled it out. That wasn't the case. There's other underlying issues and or things what you did or did not do. Like, people don't even tie their hair up anymore, like with a silk bonnet, a silk cap, silk something. They don't realize that their pillowcase
It's
of
drying the
cotton
hair out.
and all of the moisture, yes, drying it all out. So there's other reasons why your hair is shedding or falling out or breaking off. They also realize technically your hair sheds anywhere from 50 to 100 strands a day. So sometimes, you know, you panicking because you see a little hair shedding. Like right now, we're in winter. When the seasons aid in your hair doing some crazy things. When we're changing seasons, that aids in it shedding or doing some different things. So you might have to add like some more moisture. Like right now, some good steam treatments would do well. Putting a whole lot of moisture back into it. Don't be afraid to maybe add a little bit of oil, feeding that papilla, stimulation, you know, massaging your scalp. All of that plays a major part of, you know, promoting hair growth, because feeding the hair, stimulating it, because you need the blood to flow to feed that papilla to help it grow. So it's deeper than just basic, you know, you're going to the hairstylist and she's doing your hair. So it's
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Sorry,
Regina.
I know I'm late. I know I'm late. Sorry. You all have already introduced my beautiful Lorna, my
Yes.
little sister.
And Lorna is about to share with us.
Oh, okay, good. Yay! Go, Lorna.
I just wanted to share, Regina, it's good to see you. I wanted to share something about, you know, when we first heard the song "I'm Not My Hair" by India Ari, I don't know, years ago. You know, we like to think that, I don't know who said that, but the flip side of it, as I was a principal of an all-girls school for 5 years, and I would have mothers call me and say, she's not coming to school today, her hair's not done.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, I need her in here. Hair done, hair not done. I need her in here, because that'll be the woman calling out of work because her hair is not done. Mm-hmm. And so the flip side is your hair is a part of you, but your hair shouldn't stop. Like, you got to show up regardless if your hair is in a ponytail, if your hair is bald, if your hair is long, if it's 4C, 3B, you got to show up and be what you need to be for that moment. And literally, I have had teachers call, Miss Haney, my hair not done. That's a problem for me. Mm-hmm. And so that whole "I'm not my hair," I feel like that's where that undergirds that piece in terms of life can't go on because my hair isn't done.
Go ahead.
And we gotta stop.
I can't hear you.
Society feeds that, right? And so we gotta do it. Nope, I need you in here. You know, because, you know, our white girlfriends will put their hair in a ponytail or whatever and go to work or send their children to work. Nope, I need your child in here today. And I mean that I'm not talking about a day or two until mommy can get the money to get your hair braided. 5 days. That's a problem. And so, you know, I had this thing, we called it No Makeup Mondays, where all the women in the school, I wanted your hair in a ponytail and no makeup. Just to show the girls.
Hey, that's my day. I can come that day.
That's No Makeup Mondays, where you show.
Mine's too, Kara. I fit right in on no makeup and a hair and a ponytail.
Right, you show up and just be, because we needed to model for the girls that, you know what, you can come to work and be what you, and still be fabulous and still be beautiful, and still be what you needed to be, and relish in just your natural beauty. And it was really tough for some women. For some of my staff, right? Because this hair thing has been something that we've been dealing with since we were little girls. Wow. You know, and I always say that we have to be really careful about how we talk about our hair around our young girls. Girl, snappy today, girl, and how we talk about their hair. I ain't touching that hair, girl. That thing, she got her father's hair. You know, We say all kinds of stuff. And then they grow up and then we wonder why they want to, they slap these, they want to be.
Yes.
And then when I moved over to an elementary school, pre-K through grade 8, pre-K, 4-year-olds getting full-blown perms. I don't care what you say. No 4-year-old needs a perm.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
And so, but you see it. And so, it's just so many things that hair is, if there's a psychology, there's a psychology part of it that we got to deal with it.
Yes.
And then, I think as grown women, we know how to place it. We know how what to do with the foolishness with makeup and hair and wigs. As full grown women, we know what to do with it. Because then, like you said, Sister Marcia, we got friends and family that are dealing with, I'm losing my hair, but you got your life. You deal with real stuff that sort of puts that hair just sort of moves down and the priority and it's not a big deal anymore. So I just think we got to do a better job of, number one, what is beauty? My mother did a really good job with that. It's an awesome job with what's beauty. So if it wasn't, I'm knock-kneed. I've always been heavy. I've always had a large forehead. So if she saw something, a brown, so I remember her point. You see how brown? She's brown like you. Look at her. She's knock-kneed. Oh, Oprah's knock-kneed, right? So anything that was beautiful that looked like me, she wanted me to think that was the baddest thing in the world. So that I could think it's nothing wrong with your knock-knees, with your big forehead, with your brown skin. She always pointed it out to me. You see how she's like, that's how you are. And we have to think about what, this definition of beauty and make sure that, we're not feeding into someone's image of beauty, and we have to define it for ourselves. And beauty just looks so different. It shows up so differently because we can get, even now, come on now, I can't imagine growing up with these images on social media. Can you imagine being 16, 17 years old? I mean, it gets me at 46. It's tricking me. So I can't imagine being 16, 17 and all this different stuff is, your butt needs to look like this, your breast needs to look like this, your hair needs to look, your lashes. I cannot imagine, and I can't imagine what it must be like. And I say this all the time to parents, parenting a 16, 17, 15, 12-year-old girl right now, because you got so many competing factors. But, I do get a lot of customers that say I have alopecia is autoimmune. I have rheumatoid arthritis, which is autoimmune. And like Christina said, it's about the medication, So do I deal with the pain? Or do I take this medicine that's going to it may cause my hair to fall out or thin, or do I change my diet, Sister Bernita, because all that it's all, it's all connected. My hair growing, my hair was the healthiest in my life during the beginning of the pandemic when I stopped eating foolishness. The first, I'm gonna say maybe about the first 4 to 6 months of the pandemic, I was doing my hair regimen. I was eating well. Oh, my hair was it was beautiful. You could just see it. It was just my skin was glowing. It's all, but my doctors are pushing this hydrochloroquine, pushing it. Because of my rheumatoid, because these doctors are just drug dealers now.
Yep. Yes,
they're just pushing it.
Yes,
and I take it because the pain is so great, but it is it's that autoimmune. The other piece about hair that we didn't talk about, as we get older, everything changes. Everything. So stuff I used to do with my hair, I wish I could. I can't put color in my hair the way I used to.
Absolutely.
It's not going to, it's just like, I don't play with ice. One point when they say it's ice outside, I don't play because if I fall down, I can't get up the same way anymore. So I don't play with ice. So now the things I used to play with my hair and certain things, I can't do it.
Absolutely.
I can't even play, So it's really about I think redefining beauty and just really falling in love with who you are naturally. I don't care how you show a perm, natural. I get emails and phone calls about, I'm trying to change my hair texture. My hair is 4C and I want it to be this. And I'm like, no, you gotta love your 4C, baby.
Yes, sir.
You just gotta love the way you are. That's just who you
People
are.
do that.
It's okay.
They always 4C. It didn't just pop into 4C.
I don't understand because I hate all of it. I hate all of it. But everybody is like, yeah, my hair. Like, no, just love your hair the way it is, or just fall in love with who you are and what you look like and what you got, and make everybody else around you fall in love with it. And if they can't, they gotta go. And that's just the way it is. And you just take care of what you got. You nurture and you take care of what you got, and you show up as your best self.
Absolutely.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Why is it that our sisters hate nappy hair? Why?
Because of what we just talked about in terms
No,
of.
I want to hear from everybody, because
Okay.
I gotta be honest. I'm with you, Lorna. I'm with you. Nappy hair, why is it negative? Why is it a negative thing? Nappy hair is beautiful. The curls, the tightness. I love it. So why is it that we wanted straight hair? Why?
Because our history dictates years ago, culturally, nappy hair, use a field Negro.
So it's psychological, right? It's psychological, right? We got some mental issues about us being beautiful Black women with our natural hair. So it ain't got nothing to do with our hair. It got everything to do with this. You need to change this, not this.
Yeah,
you need to change this, your mindset, that you are beautiful with your nappy hair. I love my damn nappy hair. I'm gonna be straight up and honest, straight up. If when I grow it back, it's going to be nappy. I don't even want to comb it. I ain't even
Let me tell you this, Anita. Let me tell you this. I just, at 57 years old, right? I grew my whole perm out through wearing protective styles for years and all of that. And now, I get my hair done and all of that. When it gets a little tight right here, right? My mindset is, oh Lord, I gotta get a perm and lay that down.
Yep.
Right? That's my mindset.
Right.
So until I change my mindset that it's okay right here, that if it's a little puffy, right? Even my daughter, Lorna, thank you, Lorna, for what you said, because this was powerful for me. And I had to get I love my mom, but I had to get her in check because my mom put on the spirit of which I had, is that you had to get your hair done. Like, you always got to have your hair done, right? And your hair always has to look right. And you are not put together unless your hair is right. And it's interesting. My daughter got she got a sew-in, a weave, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. And then she went somewhere and she had a leave out, and the leave out got puffy. And she was like, I'm gonna take it all out. I said, you're not. I said, girl, cause this is what's not gonna happen. I'm not paying another $200. So you better straighten it. You better do whatever you need to do. I said, but that's what you're not going to do. You're not going to take it out in 2 weeks because of that. But also my daughter, and my daughter chastised me. She said, Mommy, you put a perm in my hair when I was 11 and you destroyed my hair. I didn't destroy your hair. And your hair is grown out and your hair is long and it's down your back. But, and our young people are really have a mindset around that. And when she wears her hair natural, she's able to do it. She does a great job. And, my mom's like, well, I don't like her with her hair like that. I said, Mom, stand down. because she looks fine. But Lorna, I love what you said about how you had your children in your school, had your teachers, like, you're not gonna come because of your hair. Whereas we have been, so it's a mindset, Bernita. I think it's a mindset. We've been taught that way. We've been nurtured that way. We've been ingrained that way.
And we gotta break it.
Right.
And we gotta break
mindset,
it.
but it's also things like I will say that I am my hair, because I didn't have a lot of self-esteem growing up. I had shoulder length hair at one point, then I cut it into tilt, like the salt and pepper.
Asymmetric.
Right. And then I loved Anita Baker, and then I cut it super short. I was that creamy crack queen. I was so obsessed with my hair that I had 2 hairdressers.
Yeah.
So it wasn't every 2 weeks I was getting my hair. Then it might have been 10 days. My hair was always on point. Color and perm. 2 years ago, I went through something traumatic, or a death that stressed me out. And I went to my hairdresser, and she was like, "How long you been balding back there?" And I was like, "Balding where?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Either you're going to stop the coloring or you're going to stop the perms." I cried. I literally cried in the salon thinking, I can't cut my hair. I can't go natural. I can't think about being anything but natural now, because I'm still going to do my color. Y'all know I was purple earlier this year. So, but it is a statement to me. And the few times that I'm out with mask on and everything, people know, oh, that's cute. I see that hair. That's her. But it also was a thing to make me feel better because of other things that I didn't feel, 100% about. So it is a mindset, but it's sometimes it's also a little deeper than just saying, oh, society said long, straight blonde hair.
Mm-hmm. I think it goes back to what Lorna said, though, about how you define your beauty, right? Mm-hmm. People should be able to wear their hair however they like, and whatever manner makes them feel good. Now, I don't think I agree with you, Lorna. The hair should not stop the show, right? And for Black women, we can't let anything really stop the show.
Right.
Put a scarf, however, put a beautiful turban on, whatever you need to do. But I do feel like people have the right to wear their hair perm, short, bald, blue, purple, however you want to embrace yourself, and whatever makes you feel beautiful, you should be able to wear your hair that way.
I agree.
I agree. But I will say, Lorna and Chrissy, I appreciate both of you talking to us and having us, as well as listeners and other women of color, appreciate for young girls understanding what really should be important. And even Chrissy, as you were saying, understanding that the different things we put into our bodies, the different stressors in our lives, how we're living in a healthy and unhealthy way, it affects other parts of our bodies. You eat too much, you gain weight. So why don't you think it's going to affect your hair? You're not eating the right things, too much sugar, salt. Why do we not think it's going to? But I think education is a big piece. So I appreciate what both of you are saying and talking to women about coming at this from another way of educating yourselves. And Bernita, to your point, we've had conversations before about things that our mothers and our ancestors ingrained in us. And so from the very beginning, way back in the day when you got your Sunday go to meeting, if we take it way back, your Sunday go to meeting gear, hairstyle came with that. I mean, if you remember back in the day, Easter was about the dress up and the hair and the shoes and the little purse and the leather and the anklets and all that. And hair was a part of that whole outfit, so for many of us, those of us who are a little older, that's been ingrained. But I think when you're educated about it, as again, what I appreciate Lauren and Chrissy are doing, then it makes a world of difference when you drop the knowledge. So that when women leave hair, there's a different level of understanding, because some of the young girls are doing the stuff and they're keeping up with the trends, but they're not getting the knowledge on what they're doing to themselves from a health perspective as well as from their hair.
But I also think you raised the point about generational too. So I too shaved my hair. I do whatever. When I got married, I had a Caesar. It was great. I wore it for whatever. But my great aunt said, who was, you know, much, much older than me, my great aunt was like, now I don't know who the male or the female is in the relationship. And I say that because they, you know, the education is for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a mindset, like you said, Marcy, it's a mindset. So like the, you know, Easter was getting your hair done, the dress, the whatever, but not all generations have embraced certain types of hairstyles too.
Oh.
So this is definitely an education, a multi-generational lesson for folks.
And talk about how, when you say even not all generations, you know, talk about, because we were talking about the Crown Act, let's talk about how places won't even hire women of color if they walk in the door with certain hairstyles.
Right.
You know, so we're losing points just walking in the door because our hair is a particular way. Absolutely. That there's beauty in terms of when they walk in the door, and that there's knowledge and the person is capable to do the position, but just because of the way our hair is styled.
Well, you know, right now, since everyone is home working, I've been getting my clients, I have a lot of professionals, and a lot of them have been doing things that are a little outside of the box. Like I had one client who would never touch color, and she came in one day and said, I think I want purple. I was like, with your job? And she said, yeah, I mean, like, you know, I may have to do a Zoom call, but I can just turn my camera off. But I've been really wanting to try it. So there's a lot of my professionals who are doing some really out of the box stuff, simply because they're home, they're working from home. So they're like, you know, I'll change it back by the time it's time to go back in the office, whenever that may be. But I think I'd like to try this. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. So they're really being very interested right now.
I love it.
And then I think
Marcy, I do want to say that I do think we are shifting to a point of, because I know this. I mean, as you were talking, I thought about, and I've shared this on the broadcast before, when I was in college, I colored my hair and my hair looked orange. And my mother said, you will never get a job in life. She told me I will never get a job in life with that orange hair. And I was like, oh, I clutched my pearls. You know, I came out of it and I didn't color my hair. I was 20 then. I didn't color my hair again until I was 53 years old, because she had ingrained that in me, right? And so I was like, oh, I'm never going to get a job in life if my hair is a different way. And while I think that, jobs are more accepting than they used to be, it still is very internal, right? It's internal, like it's inbred. I mean, for me, it was inbred in me. I'm not saying anybody else. It was like internal for me. Like, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to get a job if I don't do this, you know, and I have a new job. And it was funny. I went to my hairdresser today, which is why my hair is even halfway done. Thank you. But when I went to my hairstylist today, and she said to me, what is your spring style or your summer style? And 2 summers ago, I had faux locks. And I showed it to her and she said, oh, do you like braids? And I said, no, I don't really like braids. She said, but I have faux locks. And she said, oh, those faux locks look good on you. And I thought to myself, but I just started a new job. I can't go with the faux locks this summer. Like literally in my mindset, like I already had the mindset of, I can't go with the faux locks this summer because I started a new job and this, you know, and that type of thing. And I was like, oh, I told her, I said, well, I'm gonna leave my hair the way it is, that type of thing. So it's, you know, Bernita, you said it before, it's a mindset. It is a mindset.
Yes, it is.
But I do want to ask a question because one of the things that I think has not happened before is I don't think we have had the healthy hair care products that we have had in the past, right? And no, you know, Lorna, I know you can speak to that on your products, but I think that we were used to certain products. We weren't used to products that were geared toward us or geared towards, you know, healthy hair either.
Well, you know, it's a like I said, it's a business now. It's $1 billion business. So much that you have products that are masking themselves as Black owned or Black, you know, we're Black owned, but they're not Black owned. They're just Procter and Gamble that wants in on this multi-billion-dollar industry, which is, you know, again, we care about our hair, right? And so you're right. It's never been, I think we've always cared about our hair, but there's never been a market so big and so wide. I mean, everybody's in on it. Pantene, everybody has a Black side to their line now. Pantene, Head and Shoulders even has one. They all have, now they have ventured off and said, wait a minute, you know, and they're hiring these Black influencers, and they, you know, they market their products because it's so, but a lot of it is this the same product. It's just they put a Black girl on the bottle, or they dress it up, you know, like they market it towards us, because we are into hair care, perms, even our girls, you know, our young girls who wear the wigs and so the protective styles. A lot of them are taking care of their hair under all of that. We just have to, everything needs to be done in moderation. You can't wear a wig 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got to let your hair breathe. Yes, you got to give your hair something. You got to give your hair a break or two, you know. So we, it's a market for it now, Regina. It is. And I didn't realize, I literally sometimes when I walk into the Target and I go down that aisle, because we got our own aisle now. We got a whole aisle.
Yep.
A whole hair care aisle at Target and at Walmart now.
Yep.
And it's daunting. Like you said, Chrissy, like, I don't know which, am I going to try this, try that? Which one am I going to get? You know, this week I'm doing this. Taraji got her line out, and you know, who else? Diana Ross's daughter has her line out.
Yes.
Everybody has a hair line out. You know, everybody wants in on this. And a lot of those are the white companies backing them, and you gonna put your face on it, and you're gonna tell me you need that Black dollar.
Yes, sir.
And so, but it is important to me that I know what's in my, I put in my hair. Like, I want to know the quality of the products and so forth. And especially with my medical condition, I have to be really cognizant of what I put in my hair and in my body, on my hair and in my body now. So it is, that's hard to find, because after you read through all the labels, you don't know what you get.
Right. You're right, Lorna. I'm also a person that reads labels. And the same way I read labels for my food is the same way I read my labels for my hair. If I can't pronounce it, if it got too many syllables, if it got too many ingredients, it stays on the shelf. So that's always been where I came from, Marcy. Like you said, my mother never did hair. I was never a person I was never my hair, because I never liked my hair. So I didn't care how it looked. I never did the good styles and did all of that. I never did the church thing either. I didn't. So like I said, my mother was an Afro person. She picked it out. That's what all she did. She just picked it. She ain't put nothing on it. She washed it or whatever and did that. Maybe put some conditioner in it. But as far as grease, we use castor oil. That was it. That was all we used. We used castor oil, and I still use it now. I just put castor oil on my hair. I rub it in my fingers there. So I I didn't learn about hair and perms and all that from my mother. I didn't. I think I rebelled from that of my mother, of all the she did it the natural way, and I rebelled from it. And I wanted to see what else was out there. Oh, all my friends is wearing a perm, and my mother was like, I'm not doing it. So if you gonna do it, you gotta pay for it. You gotta find a hairdresser. You gotta do all that. And that's what happened with me. My mother was like, I don't do hair. She did used to press it. She did press it. But that was maybe like every 6 months, if that much. And then, like I said, since I was a Girl Scout and we did camping all the time, she was like, that's it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it no more. I'm gonna cut it short, because if it's some ticks in there or get dirt in there, I got to get to the scalp. I got to get to the natural part of the scalp. So that's where I came from. And then, like I said, I rebelled from it. And I started seeing all my friends with perms and straight hair and all that kind of stuff. So that was the only reason why I went out of the box. But now I'm back. So if I can't pronounce it, if it don't look like I need to put it in my hair, I'm not doing it. And I taught my girls that. That's just, again, natural hair. They gonna do what they gonna do. Yeah, they are. Like you said, Lorna, I got teenage girls. They gonna do what they gonna do. They gonna wear long hair. They gonna do all of that. But they know that I taught them that natural hair was important to me, and to love their natural hair, and to love who they are with their natural hair. So that's just me.
All right, are you going to tell your story about the beginning of the pandemic and what had to happen with you and going to find your products? I want to hear that story again.
Did you say me? My story?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, I shared my Lorna and Christina. You haven't heard this story, so it'll be new to you. But for years, well, first of all, I've had a perm since I was 9, and I had long, thick, coarse hair, and my mother did press it, and it was nice, but it was a matter of convenience getting a perm when I was that age. And I think I've stuck with that my entire life, the convenience of it. I've never been a hair girl that, like I said, tried all these styles. So I'd spend 5 minutes or less on my hair every day. Probably need to do a lot more, but it has never been a priority in my life. So, so I would get my hair washed at the hairdresser and pull back in a ponytail every week, literally every week. And when the pandemic hit, we were forced home, and I hadn't washed my own hair in 20 years probably. And so I didn't have any products. I didn't know anything. And Friday, March 13th, I went to Target, and I called my sister, and I was like, I'm in Target. What do I buy? What do I need to buy to wash my hair? And she literally walked me through the Target aisle of products to get. I loaded up on products because I didn't know how long we were going to be home. And I came home, and I told my husband, he and I had to wash my hair. And he was like, what? And I was like, and at first he was all excited. He was like, ooh, this is exciting. Because I mean, I had never washed my own hair. He had never seen me wash my hair. And so I was like, I'm gonna need your help. So the first time we did it, he kept making jokes, talking about, yeah, I'm gonna give you some crimps and I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I was like, no, you're not. But anyway, so we washed my hair, and after the first time, and actually I changed too. It was so much work. I was like, we only doing this every other week. I used to go to the hairdresser every week, but I was like, we only gonna do this every other week. So after the second time when we had to do it, he didn't think it was that exciting anymore. And he was like, you don't pay your hairdresser enough money. This is way too much work. And so he was like, and after the third time we had to do it, he was like, when is the hairdresser going to open back up? Because you're going to need to go there because this is way too much work. He was like, it's way too much hair. This is way too much work. And so that's been our experience. But I will say that my hair grew so much faster. I think I was getting my hair washed too much before.
Oh, wow.
And I think the 2 weeks, which has worked much better, I've seen a change in my hair. I don't think it's as dry. And also the fact that I'm using my own products, and I found products that seem to work better for me. You know, because I was using whatever the hairdresser used, and now I found things that I think work better. So my hair is a lot healthier, and even I went back to the hairdresser in the summer when they opened. I think it was the summer or fall.
We opened in June.
Yeah, whenever they opened, as soon as they opened, I went back, and my hairdresser was amazed. She was like, wow. She was like, whoa. And I told her, I said, yeah, and these are the products. I brought my products with me, and I showed her what I was using. And I also told her that and now, I'm not going back regularly at all. So I told her I don't wash my hair as much. And we both agreed that maybe maybe it was too harsh for my hair to wash it every week like that. And I thought I needed to wash because if I worked out or if I got sweaty, I was like, oh, my hair is dirty. But yeah, I don't do it as often anymore. And I have to say that I personally do like my hair when it's in its natural state, but out of convenience, I can't deal with it. I'm not a hair that's not my thing. Like I like clothes, I like shopping, and I like getting dressed up, but hair and makeup were never my thing. Makeup, I felt like I needed makeup at some point in my life, but I will tell you, I didn't wear makeup till I was in my 40s. Like, I went to the MAC counter and was like, I don't own any makeup.
Either.
Help me get some makeup. So that was never my thing. But out of convenience, the perm has worked for me. And I agree with Jeanette. I just feel like women should do whatever works for them. And that you should, and I have to say, I had a mother who made sure we knew we were beautiful. Don't get me wrong, because I could not ever fit. You talking about a big head, Cecilia. You have a teeny tiny head, girl. You ain't seen a big head. I could never fit a hat. Never. And my mother was like, big head means big brains. Okay.
Right.
So
that's what my mother always tell me. Big head mean big brain.
Brain.
All,
Like,
all my hats are men's hats. I have to get a men's hat because my head is so big.
When I find hats that fit, I buy them. I don't care how much they cost, because I'm so excited they fit. But
right.
So it wasn't that. And my mother was really good at pressing hair too. And honestly, I think I might be at this point in my family. I literally am I'm the last person that has a perm. Every other woman on my mother's side of the family, not even if they had a perm, they don't have a perm anymore, including my mother and sister. No one has a perm. But me, out of convenience, I still get, as I said to Lorna, an edge up. I don't get a full perm, but I still get my edges done and have them lay down a little bit. And that works for me. So.
Well, let me help you. First of all, you all don't get a perm, you get a relaxer. So Caucasians get a perm to be curly, and you and African Americans, we get relaxers to relax or elongate the curl pattern.
There you go.
And you don't wash your hair, you wash dishes.
Shampoo.
Your hair.
Oh, okay.
Y'all gonna say something.
So that'll help you out a little
I don't even know the language. You can tell I'm not into it. I don't even know the language. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. I get my hair shampoo. I shampoo.
Oh, she said shampoo your hair. You don't wash your hair. Girl, you better say it.
You wash clothes. You don't wash your hair. One of the law firms, I had to explain to a Caucasian coworker when I said something about getting a relax is what I did say. And she was like, and I said something else, and another Black girl said perm. And I said, no, what you need to understand is y'all get a perm to make your hair curly. We get relaxers to make our straight.
Right.
So.
I do have one more point though. And it was something, I don't remember who said this, maybe Bernita, maybe Lorna, but I do think that we do have to reinforce. And I, like Jeanette said, I'm a believer that everyone should do whatever they want with their hair that works for them, whatever the reason is. Mm-hmm. But I do remember a childhood memory that has stuck with me to this day. When I went to, those of you who are from the Baltimore area may remember Francis and Studio 808. Do you remember that hair salon? Yeah. Yes. I remember going there. My mother and sister would get their hair done there. And I remember when I finally was able to get my hair done when we were in high school there, and there was a guy, and I mean, I know he loved me but he was the wash guy, and he would come out to the area where everybody was sitting. And I mean, he would say, okay, Cara, come on, let's go wash the back of the sheep's ass hair.
Oh no!
Yes, and I was like, "Huh?" And I had a perm.
Right.
I had a perm, and I to this day, my sister and I talk about that, where I had really thick, coarse hair, and he, like, you know, and then when I got, you know, when I was sitting in my hairdresser's seat, she would talk about how great it was. She's like, I wish all my clients had this kind of hair. It would be so much better. But him coming out there saying that stuck with me to this day. Every time I get a little, I'm like, oh, the back of the sheep's, oh Lord.
Right, right.
But I'm just saying that, you know, like you said, what we say to people in general. I mean, I was a young teenager then. I was 13, 14 when that happened, and it stuck to me to this day. So I think that we do have to think about how we approach with young people. And, you know, my mother never would say that to me. I'm sure she thought that, and that's why I was 9 getting a perm, but she didn't say that. But, you know, him saying that really stuck with me to this day. I'm 52 years old, almost 53, 40 years later. And I still can see that day when he came out there. I was reading the magazine. He's like, come on, Carl. I was like, dang.
Well, you know, something else that I say to my clients, hair isn't about ethnicity or anything. It's about texture. So once you understand texture, that's another thing. So for example, you have wavy, curly, coily, bottom line. 4 C's, they are the coilies. The wavies are 2s. Like, so you got 2, 3s, and 4s, because, you know, now there's a number and a letter system going on for hair. So people who have wavy hair, most of the time, people who have, I would say, coily or what they would consider nappy hair, they don't realize that their hair is actually the thinnest. And the people who have wavy hair or kind of springy, curly hair, their hair is actually the thickest. So if I take somebody who has wavy hair, like take a piece of their hair up against someone who has more of what they would consider nappy, but I call it's coily, the diameter is different. The diameter would be thinner on somebody coily, that real tight, balled up shrinkage moment going on, or the wavier hair is thicker. So I try to educate people when I talk to them or have a conversation, is letting them understand, like, oh, you don't have it's not about bad hair. It's just about texture.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter. That's what God gave you. Yeah. So understanding about texture is really the point.
I didn't even know that there were, I happened to go on Lorna's website to look at her products, and I saw where it talked about 4C, or I hope I'm getting that right. I don't know the language, but anyway, I don't even understand all the texture numbers and stuff. How do people know that information, or where, you know, are you supposed to know that? Should I know what my texture is?
I need to know it.
I don't know what that is. I mean,
but the numbers have to do with the pattern. I mean, well, like I said, it's either wavy, curly, coily, and then the letter has everything to do with what pattern the hair is on the inside. That's an easy way for me to explain it, right, Lorna?
Yeah,
that's a good way to explain it to you.
And people get caught up in it. It's sort of,
oh my God,
so caught up in it. I personally don't like it. I try to, but it's a hair thing. But I personally try to stay away from it. Because
it's draining.
Yeah, it is. We get caught up because it lends itself to the good hair, bad hair.
Right. Yes, pretty hair.
And that's probably why it lends itself to that, and then you start getting into colorism and all that good and all that mess that we trying to stay away from. So I think that's why I have a huge issue with it. So
but that's why I love to talking about, it's really about texture. I don't really go into the C's and the A's and the B's.
That's in texture. That's how we do it.
Right, texture, absolutely.
Because here's the deal. This is the deal. You can have healthy 4C hair.
Thank you.
And unhealthy 3A or 2A hair.
Thank you.
So you can have healthy hair that is extremely coily, very tight, but it's healthy, it's flourishing, it's growing. But people attribute 4C hair with unhealthy hair. That's 100%. My issue with it. And then you can have someone who has 3C hair and your hair is dry, is damaged, it's all kinds of things going on. So there's no, you can, and that's my issue with it, is that folks tend to think that and then again, we get, because folks with the 4C hair tend to be darker. And so we get into this colorism thing, like, I gotta fix this hair. It's dark. No. So you can have beautiful 4C tight hair that's growing, it's flourishing, it's doing what you want it to do. And then you can have unhealthy hair on the other side where, you know, girl, you need to just shave it off and start all over again.
Say it again. I think, you know, one thing I used to struggle with when I used to vend with my product line. So I would do like a lot of like, you know, expos or things or whatever. And so before I cut my hair off, it's long and wavy, right? So I had to start at the events. I had to start just like pulling my hair up in a bun and just balling it up, because I would have people that would come to me who had more of a coilier texture, and they would say, "Oh, your products only work because you got pretty hair." And I was like, "What's pretty hair?
Right.
You know, what is that? Everybody has beautiful hair. If it's healthy, you know, it's really about a texture.
Right.
It has nothing to do with because my hair is wavy." So that used to be very frustrating to me because of the lack of knowledge that people had. And I mean, I guess for going on so long, they thought that, you know, coily hair is nappy, balled up, resistant. Well, you can have some resistant wavy hair too. You know, like look at like Asian descent. Their hair is thick as I don't know what. Like the diameter of their hair could actually pierce your skin. You know, so it's really about like just having the knowledge of the different textures and the different type of hair and all of that. But it can get very frustrating because they now, you know, I mean, they're making a big deal about it, especially on social media.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a nuisance.
We have a Facebook comment, and this is from one of our watchers who has natural hair, and she says most people who wear natural hair know their hair type, the letters and the numbers. So I guess
not me.
Not most people, but
not me. I don't know my hair.
Not me.
Well, I've been wearing my hair natural since 1990. I just know I just wash it and I just go. I don't know the hair type.
Me either.
Well, most of the ones that are just
people know. I don't know. Maybe some other people know. I didn't know anything about
I ain't know either.
This is the first time I heard of
obsessed with it.
When they said 4C, 4B, I thought they was talking about the hair you buy, because I see
Me
my
too.
kids say I need.
Right, I thought that too. I was like, what?
The natural hair was.
Yes. Yes, Cece. Yes, Cece.
The other conversation too is my partner prefers it's you know, the older I'm getting, I'm realizing I'm getting simpler. You know, I like things simple, right?
Yes.
He prefers my hair like, you know, you know, when I love a wig. I'd love a wig. I love, you know, if I'm doing something, I want to go out and be fabulous, but I do it with my girlfriends. But for him, he prefers just, you know, babe, wear your hair curly. You know, he doesn't like all that. He doesn't want to hear, he don't want the lashes and all the full face and everything. He just wants it simple. You know, that's something that we do. And so I'm just, you know, I'm realizing that, you know, as I get older, things are just getting real clear and real simpler and so forth. So we're cute. So
I have a question. What do you recommend for somebody like me who have like hair loss? Like,
what I say, and Christina, you can, because alopecia it has something to do with your autoimmune issues. Like I'm dealing with it, and oftentimes it's about the medication. I first do. Did you say you went to your dermatologist?
Yeah, I went to the dermatologist for the first time last year, right before the pandemic. So I haven't been back because of the pandemic.
And did they say anything about shots or anything like that?
Yeah, she started the shots, and then that was like at the end of February of last year, and so so I haven't been back.
So I steer away from anything that involves that whole medical world, because you are talking about something with the autoimmune piece and the medication. I feel like, for me, I've noticed that since I've been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I've been consistently, I've been dealing with it now for probably about 6 years. And I've been really reluctant to take my medication, because you look at all of the cons, you know, all the side effects with all this medicine, and you're like, maybe that pain ain't so bad. Some days as I get, you know, older, it's bad. You know, I wake up and I can't even make a fist right now.
Right.
You know, so I just recently started taking my medicine, probably now for 2 months consistently. And I'm noticing that my hair is shedding more and so forth. So I'm trying to be more deliberate about what I put in my body. Cece, you talked about, just being more purposeful with, the vitamins and so forth, and trying to combat that. And exercising has helped.
I take a regimen of vitamins because I had weight loss surgery. So I have to take
and I have to
like vitamin A, vitamin D. I was taking Biotin, but Biotin was making hair grow everywhere but on my head, so that wasn't helping. So I just stopped.
So here's the deal. I have a good girlfriend. Good girl, that's the name of your group. I have a really good girlfriend who is in the same situation that you are in. And she's not comfortable with going bald. There are hairstylists who do amazing, if you're open to it, amazing, what's the proper word, CC? Not CC, what's the proper word, Christina? Is it? They're not weak.
Camouflaging.
I mean, I have.
What's the proper word? Well,
like
I mean,
transplants, like a hair transplant.
Hair
Like,
transplant, yeah.
not necessarily
Similar to that. Similar. I mean, it's so many options out there now. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. The question you have to ask yourself is, can you sleep with it? Because I'm like, I can't deal with a wig after so many. I can't.
Oh yeah, me either. I wear them, like you said, somebody said to wear them to dress up to go out. Yeah, maybe, but I hate the wig.
Yeah.
I like some of the units then, because the units are glued down. Some of the ones that she would need, well, just depending on which one that she picks, they are glued down to be secure. So she may not, she might have to try it.
Well, that means, Cecilia, you should visit with
both ladies, right?
And for some
Get a consultation.
I would say, I mean, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest. I would not be able to handle the glue. I would probably just shave it all off and put on some lashes and go. You know, that would be me.
It go back to the mind, boo. I'm telling you, it goes back to the mind. Being beautiful with what you have.
I want to honor if that's not how you feel. Right. If that's not what you feel is beautiful.
Right.
You want to look at some other options. I mean, it's so many options out there now. It's mind blowing.
And it's
like I have a buddy
who you think is beautiful, Cecilia. You decide what you want to do. If it's something that will make you feel better, I'm all for whatever makes you.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Feel better. That's what you go with.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, it's what you want. I don't know if there's anything topical that's going to combat the autoimmune piece. And I just want to be honest. I don't know if it could be in conjunction with, but that, you know, the are you taking medication outside?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's been like that for a while, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. My hair's been thinning in the middle since I was like about 20. So it was like 20 when I stopped getting a perm. So that was 1990. Yes, my hair. Like I said, my family has hereditary balding.
Okay, you did say that. You did share
my
that.
Aunts have it. My aunts. One of them wear a wig all the time. We never even see her natural hair because since she was like young, she had it and she didn't like, you know, the fact that she was bald in the middle. So she always wore a wig. But then my other aunt, she just embraces it. She wears her hair in a plaid or whatever, kind of like me, and don't cover it up. But I mean.
Yeah, it's about a mindset. It's
a mindset, and I'm gonna tell you, it took me a long time. Like even last year, I remember I was going away a weekend with some friends, and some of them had never seen my natural hair. So every time they saw me, I had a wiggle, and I was very nervous because I was like, "Oh my God, my hair's falling out even more." And I went to the hairdresser, and she had to cut it really short. And so she cut it and she did like 2-strand twists. And I was really nervous because I'm like, I'm not wearing a wig all weekend. I'm gonna be in a house and it's hot. I hate having that wig on. So they're gonna have to see my natural hair. And very, I guess, I mean, I was very self-conscious of it, but I got over it. And I keep getting over these hurdles. And back to the forehead, I guess people tease me so much when I was a kid, a 5-finger forehead, that it bothers me. And I guess it sticks in my psyche that, I don't want everybody to see I have a big forehead. So I wear this headband to try to cover up that my head is so big. And I think that too, if I shave all my hair off, I feel that. So it's a mindset. And so I have to be what I'm comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah. Well, ladies, this conversation could go on all night long, all night. But one thing I think that we've all discovered is that whatever is comfortable for you is how you should wear your hair. Whatever way is comfortable for, it's an individual journey. Yes. So I want to thank Lorna and Christine. And at this point, we like to share African-American female-owned businesses. And we would like for each of you to give us more details about your businesses, your products, your services. And we want to share your contact information in the Facebook chat. So if we can do that as well. But we'd love to hear from each of you. Obviously, at least one, if not more. I'm sure I feel like I want to come and change up my look for my next birthday. I'm like, I should get something.
Girl, you're not gonna get nothing. Go ahead. Okay. All
Definitely
right.
gotta think about a spring look.
Look. Okay. Look, I'm sorry. All right. Look, I love you. Jeanette, she ain't changing up.
I said
Tanya and I gonna get our hair colored.
They're not gonna change up.
I'm like, oh yes, do that.
All right, Cara, I'm gonna go back to what you said. Lorna, do you want to share your product?
So I have several products, but the number one product that everyone loves is my Alamore mask. I don't know if you can see it. It's an Alamore hair mask, and it is I call it the Big Mama product. It's the big man on campus. Oh, it is aloe vera and moringa. And it is extreme. So when I leave you guys today, I'm going to give myself a treatment. It's very moisturizing. I do it right now. I've been doing once a week, and it's just an extremely emulsifying hair treatment. It just really gets into it. And I put it on my hair like I put a relaxer on my hair, part it, and I get in there, and then I do a hair steamer. It just makes your hair grow. It smells delightful. It takes forever to make because it is made with aloe vera. So I do that. And then I also have, this is what everyone loves, is the Alamore. This is the big size. I have it in two sizes. This is the 32 ounce. And then I also have the 16 ounce. This is my pre-poo hot oil hair elixir. Everything is in here. Every single oil you can think of is in here. I have it in my hair now. Folks are sending me pictures, their hair is growing. They're using this on a daily basis. I try to, sometimes when you get the oils, if they're so small, you can only use them a couple of times. This is 4 ounces, but I just started. I have a big 8 ounce as well that folks can use. I would not use this if I had a perm, because most of, when we have a perm, we don't want that oil in our hair. I would use it as a hot oil treatment, but if you have a natural, you can use it as you want to. You can use it as a pre-poo before you shampoo your hair. And you can use it afterwards as a hot oil treatment. And it's always in my hair. My hair is, so when I do my treatment tonight, I'm going to do my Alamore. I'm going to let it air dry, and then I'm going to have this in my hair scalp all week until and I'm up, and it's just, I'm on the go. I try not to do too much with my hair until I have to, and just let it go. It smells wonderful. Everything is in here from, I have sweet almond oil is in here, mango butter is in here, apricot oil is in here. I have fenugreek. I always say that wrong, but it's a bunch of vitamins in here. It takes forever to make. It's a little expensive to make because I like to get the good oils. And I had to research, because everything you see is not what you get. But it's working. Folks love it. But check out my website. I'm going to give Regina a code to give you guys so you can get some things on sale.
Oh, wow.
Take a look at it, and I'll give Regina, I'll text you
Right.
and just
What's
put
the
the code
website?
in and check it out.
What's your
And then I have a beard line. It's called the Bluefield Beard Line. My daddy was from Bluefield, West Virginia, and he felt that all men should have hair on their face. And so when he passed away, I said, you know what, I'm gonna start a beard line. So I have the beard wash, beard conditioner, beard oil, and a beard leave-in conditioner, and the men love it. So this has been selling. And again, I still work a full-time job. This has been taken off. When my fiance is in town, he lives in North Carolina, we get together and we just start pumping it out. But right now I'm just doing shipments once a week. But I will get it to you as soon as possible. And usually I have the shipment dates on the website when you see it. But everything is natural and everything is made right here in Owings Mills, Maryland. And we follow all the health.
You ain't got to ship mine. I can meet you around the corner.
Are you right? Exactly. And if you let me know that, I will. So you don't have to pay the shipping cost. Absolutely.
So it's flourishbyhanley.com.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm putting it in the chat, and we'll get the code in there too for the nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's the name of the group? Good Girlfriends.
Good Girlfriends.
Okay.
We're GGG, 3 Gs.
3 Gs.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to you now, Gina.
All right.
Hi, babe.
Thank you. Christina.
Okay, so the short version, I have 20 products. So I have something that is for dandruff, that is called Peppermint Dream. It'll take care of a dry, itchy scalp. Base of it is peppermint and tea tree. My next product is called Boops Biotin Shampoo and Conditioner. This has vitamin 5 in it, cucumber extracts, vitamin E, silk proteins. A little go a long way. You don't need a whole lot. A lot of my stuff is highly concentrated, but this is a biotin and vitamin shampoo. Smells really good.
Oh, nice.
I have my other product, which is my favorite shampoo and conditioner, which is called Restoration. This is with sea moss, sea kelp, algae. You have 10 amino acids, lavender and orange extracts. You can see all of the particles in this shampoo. That as you're shampooing it, they dissolve and penetrate your shaft and strengthen it. The conditioner is amazing. This really, I should have made it as a treatment, but y'all don't know, I used to work for Design Essentials. And I was not happy with the way things were going. I was an educator for them for 5 years. And as things started shifting, I was like, you know what, let me start researching and doing my own little thing. So I started doing it because I wasn't happy with the consistency, and the product was really kind of just going down. And I don't talk about brand B negative, but you know what I mean. So I was like, as a stylist who I do this every day, I was looking for a good quality shampoo and conditioner, something that was gonna kind of be a reconstruct. Well, it gave you moisture, strength, protein, and this kind of does all of that. It's a great detangler. It's great for natural hair, that tight hair that you have a hard time that's matted up. This will detangle anything. I have a leave-in conditioner. My leave-in conditioner is called Rejuvenate, and the base of it is green tea. I have aloe in it, horsetail extracts in it. It will detangle. It's a sunscreen, a thermoprotect. Let me see, what else is another one that's good I got? So I also have something, Adrian, you give me all repair system. So I have a repair system, which is a keratin system. It's a 4-part series, actually. So let me see which one. All right, this is step 1. So say you're natural and you want to wear your hair, say, blown out, right? So this will combat against like it frizzing, swelling. It has keratin in it. So it's kind of like not a relaxer, but it'll give it, hair is keratin, all right? So it kind of replenishes what is missing out of it, all right? So this right here has keratin and vitamin B5. This is the conditioner, which is step 2. And this has coconut, sage, and soy proteins in it. Step 3 would be my, this is my hair serum. So you would do shampoo, condition it, then You can either leave it in for 5 to 10 minutes. You can do the dryer, whichever is your preference. Then rinse that out. Step 3 is my hair elixir, which is really the magic potion. Pump a few pumps in your hand, run it through, blow dry it. It'll keep it from retarding against the swelling and everything that happens being natural blown out. Oh, you didn't leave me the mask. Part 4 is a deep hair mask. So say you did it 1 week, you use the white top. The next 2 weeks that you would shampoo it, you would not do this conditioner. You would do the mask and then sit for 15 minutes with a plastic cap. Good, just to put all back the moisture and the strength back into your hair. So it's a good deep protein conditioner. Another thing that I have, which is, I call it my crack in a bottle. It's called Quench. Quench, I sell this out like hotcakes. So if you do a lot of wash and goes, so this defines your curl pattern, keeps it from swelling, keeps it soft. When I say, like, this is my last bottle, I sell out of this crazy. Definitely make sure, like, people who do the wash and goes, their hair might start swelling up, might start being frizzy. This doesn't do it. It defines your curl. I don't care what curl pattern you got. It will definitely define it. It won't get hard and crunchy. It'll keep it moist. Say it did get a little crunchy, that's because you put too much. So the next day, run your hand under some water, kind of put the water through it, and water reactivates the product. So you wouldn't have to put it in every day. It won't give you a product buildup. My other popular is, well, I talked about this earlier, was my Relief, which is my hair elixir. As you can see, it's in a dropper. Great for dry, itchy scalp. It's been growing people's hair back, edges. This is a 4-ounce bottle. Yeah, 4 ounces. What else I had? Oh, some other basic things. I have a hair serum, which is Revive, and Restore is my argan oil. All of my stuff is lightweight. Nothing will weigh your hair down because I do free flowing hair all the time. So nothing will, some oils will, make it weigh down heavy. None of that. Let's see. I have an aerosol, which is great for humidity. So it's great for a humidity resistance. So it's called Structure. So I'll tell you a quick story. So I did hair. I had to teach hair in Martinique, France, and the humidity over there, because it's a Caribbean island, the humidity was crazy. So I was on stage doing someone's hair, and her hair started swelling right before my very eyes. And I'm just like, okay, what am I gonna do? And she had, like, I was like, oh, okay, great. What can I do? Structure. So I ran, I grabbed my Structure, sprayed her real light. It doesn't get hard and crunchy. Flat iron, it was still moving. That head just relaxed right on back down. Everybody was like, what the heck was that? So this is great for humidity. I have a spritz. Not many people are doing spritz these days, but we still got people getting short styles. Doesn't get hard and crunchy. I have an edge control. My edge control is different than other people's. So most of the ones that you see are like a jelly kind of film. Mine is more like a paste, kind of, but it stimulates. Not that we don't have smell-o-vision, but if you can smell it, it stimulates. So when you're putting it on your edges, most edge controls, people don't realize it's ripping their edges out, because once it gets hard and crunchy, they're trying to, like, comb it up. This will still hold it down. I don't care what texture you got, it'll lay it down, but it'll also stimulate. And this is called Control. I have a spray. Usually you didn't bring up. So I have a light shine that's called Sparkle. Real light. Like I said, none of my stuff weighs you down. Everything is lightweight. And what am I missing? Oh, I have a new product. This one is coming out in the spring. This is called Refresh. So this is like a curl. It's called Refresh Curl Custard. It smells like mangoes. In doing a lot of natural hair. So with, what is this? More like a tacky feel. So with my Quench, it's more tacky, but lightweight. But then I found that some curl patterns, or some people like more of a custard feel. So that's why I created Refresh. See, it's more like a pudding. It just depends. People have different preferences. But it will still define your curl. If you go on my Instagram page, you'll see I just did some 2-strand twists with it. You can do a flat twist with it. I do lock maintenance with this. I do a little bit of everything with this one. And I feel like I kind of ran down everything. Did I miss anything, Asia? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Where's your salon?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too, because I was like, girl, people need to come get their hair done too. So
Yes.
Yeah, where's your salon?
So I have downsized. I have been inside of a place called Salon for the past 13 years. I closed my big salon and now I'm in a suite. But my suite is big. I don't have a small suite. And I'm in Catonsville. So it's 5441 Baltimore National Pike, Suite 36. I have a very professional environment, down to earth. Most of my clients are professional, if not all of them. We don't have that, how can I put
it? Okay, girl, you can say it.
Like, how can I put this in a nice way? So I don't
have
like
this. You have a professional clientele. It's good.
Professional, yeah.
I don't have a ton of clientele. I have a real loving environment. It's kind of like a girlfriend's thing, kind of like how this live is. We get in here, we talk about all kinds of things. I educate you on your hair in the midst of it. Real, just good. And I have this passion for women that if it was up to me, everybody would be sexy all the time. I know that's not possible, but long hair, short hair, color hair, no, I don't care. I just want you to feel good. So it's really about me making you feel good from the inside out. So
do you have a website? Do you have a website for those?
My website is restorationdiva.com.
Okay.
And you can appointments on my website as well as purchase my products.
Okay. And you mentioned an IG page.
Oh, yes. So that's where I post a lot. Instagram is restoration_diva.
Okay.
Yep. And you can go in there and you'll be like, oh my God, how did she take this bald head lady and now she looks like this? Or, oh my God, how did she get that matted head? Wait a minute. So you'll be real impressed and excited looking over there.
All right. Well, this was awesome.
Mm-hmm. This was very nice. Thank you, ladies, for your invitation. Thank you so much.
Really awesome. Thank you, ladies.
I'm glad you could join us.
I appreciate
you'll come back. We hope this is just the first time that you'll visit with us. We love meeting new good girlfriends.
So you ladies do this every Thursday?
Yes, we pick a topic every Thursday and we just go for it. So we have not selected our topic next week, but what I will tell you is if we post the topic usually during the week in between, and we have given you our contact information and that never changes. So if you see a topic you're interested in and you want to come talk to us about, or if you want to come back and do a part 2 on hair, because we had some questions we didn't even get to, and we would love for you all to come back. If you have new products you want to share, every week we try to highlight African-American female-owned businesses, so we'd love to hear about them. So feel free to join us anytime.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna give you a topic I want you guys to pray about, and that's the power of femininity. I have been look at you, Regina. What's the
power of femininity?
I got engaged on Valentine's Day.
Congratulations.
46. And I had to relearn what it means to be feminine. And I had to, I've always associated being feminine with, sexy clothes and hair and makeup and all that good stuff. But I think that's part of it. But I had to sort of, again, think about my mindset as it relates to just being a woman and embracing that. So I want you to think about that, just sort of always wanting to be the boss, because I've been the boss for so many years.
I know, that's right.
In my career, and learning that hasn't served me in terms of trying to get a husband. And when I relinquished that, that's when my husband showed up. So that's something I want you guys to think about.
You have to come back.
Yeah, you have to.
I know that's right. Jeanette, say it again, girl.
All day, but
right there.
We are going to schedule. We're going to get your schedule. Yeah. We're going to make that a topic. But I will also encourage you to go back. We have a YouTube channel, and we have lots of discussions on that YouTube channel. And one of them was talking about marriage, and it was talking about getting married at various ages and our experiences with
Yeah.
that as well. So that might be of interest to you. So, and we
And I'm
have a lot
glad,
of
I'm glad my story is my story. I'm glad I'm getting married in my 40s as opposed to getting married when I thought I needed to get married.
Yeah.
Because I think I probably would be divorced by now. You know, so, you
and
know.
we have a topic, we have a discussion about that too, divorce and all that as well. So
that would be awesome. I was gonna say I've been divorced for 13 years, but yes.
But yeah, we'll have to have you back because we're planning on having a discussion about divorce. But yeah, check out our YouTube channel.
I will.
Everybody listening, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Good Girlfriends, and you'll see the 3 G's on there. When you go, you'll know you're at the right channel when you see our 3 G's, our logo. But we encourage everyone to go out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And definitely, Lorna, we got you down for a topic, at least one more. Christina, we have you down for another topic coming up. So we got some good discussions that are going to be coming soon.
I'm about to make my hair appointment too, Christina.
That's what I like. That's what I love. And Lorna, I'm about to order my products, boo.
Yes.
I'm about to order from both of you all.
Right.
For my sister too, but don't tell her. She might not be watching, but I'm going to order her some too. So. Bye.
Thanks, ladies. This has been fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies,
Good night.
Also, we're about to go off of live, but if you want to stay on for a few minutes after, we'll still be on the Zoom if you choose.
Sure.
But we hope that this has been a blessing to others out there. You all already know it blesses me every week, but I hope that we've been a blessing. That's our goal every week, just to bless.
This was great, even though I came late.
Oh,
but you came
right on time. You were
I know. And let me
now.
just say this: the reason that I have on this pajama top is because the previous Zoom that I was in, we were in pajamas. So, like, I'm sorry.
I love it. It's
fabulous. Don't worry about it.
I realized it was a pajama top until you just said that, to be honest with you. I thought
okay.
I had the same pajamas. I knew it was a pajama.
I knew it was pajamas.
I thought it was cute.
Yep, definitely.
But Facebook family, we love you.
Yes,
and YouTube family that watches us on replay, we love you.
Good night, Facebook family.
All right, we're signing. Everyone have a great week. Thank you.
Good night.
Night.